Asheville's Housing Authority is dealing with a multi-million-dollar shortfall, prompting major changes within the organization.
Leaders say years of financial losses and limited federal funding have forced them to cut dozens of positions and restructure some programs while working to maintain services for folks. News 13's Shelley Garzone explains how they do it. Shelley, what can you tell us?
Well, Tammy, the Asheville Housing Authority tells me they've been struggling with roughly a $9 million loss. Now, to balance out their budget, they've decided to remove more than 30 positions. But they tell me that this will help them refocus their attention on their main priority, that's getting people into housing.
What we receive from the federal government does not cover all the expenses that we have as an operation.
It's the issue housing authorities are facing across the nation, and here in Asheville, it's no different. From changes in leadership to financial losses, Asheville Housing Authority says they've lost nearly $9 million in 2 years.
Here in Asheville, there was interim leadership, a number of different changes that caused us to lose around 76% of our reserve funds. If you don't have 3 months of reserve to cover all of your operating expenses, HUD considers you in shortfall and there's a risk of receivership.
Because of this loss, the organization announced Wednesday they will be reducing their staff, cutting 34 positions. Leaders say these positions consist of maintenance and administration staff, but the majority of cuts will impact youth service providers for after-school and summer programs. The Housing Authority says these programs have cost them nearly $500,000 a year.
We took on the entire operational cost. We found partners in the community. It's their mission. They're passionate about kids and child care. They're taking over the expense and still keeping the service for the parents.
But what does this mean for people receiving services?
We met with all of the top leaders in the departments to make sure that when the workflows changed, they would be able to still keep the same level or improve service.
But with hundreds of people on the wait list and only 150 vacancies, the Housing Authority says this is not an issue they can solve alone.
We have a lot of people who are unhoused. We can't meet that need. That's why we're saying we need as many partners at the table to figure out how to solve this.
And the Housing Authority adds that this will save them approximately $1.6 million, but say there's a long way to go until they're back in better financial standing, I should say. Reporting in Asheville, I'm Shelley Garzone, News 13.